It doesn't matter what the addiction, the root is that you are avoiding your most authentic self. We're addicted to avoiding our emotions. I'm addicted to Costa. I'm addicted to my phone. I'm addicted to Netflix. I'm addicted to alcohol. I'm addicted to sex. I'm addicted to gambling. It doesn't matter what the addiction, the root is that you are avoiding your most authentic self. The emotions that need to be felt fully, to be fully expressed, so that you can embody your full authenticity. I avoided that for decades. My truest self, that is. I avoided being who I was always intended to be because of the pain, right? And I get it. It's difficult to feel into the discomfort. So we use vices to avoid. And it's always the easier, softer way to use something to numb. But there's only so long that you can numb yourself for until you realise that the game is up, right? Yeah, that coffee isn't doing me any good anymore. Recent removal for myself, just over a month free from the coffee. Now, getting off coffee for me has been tough, right? Cost us everywhere. You know, the idea that it gave me more energy, right? Actually, it was acting as an avoidance strategy from stepping into a greater sense of fear for me professionally and embodying more of what I knew I was being called forward to do because I was scared, right? I was numbing out, right? And that's what you're doing when you use substances or behaviours in an unhealthy way. You are numbing out. So you are not addicted to the thing or the behaviour. You are addicted to avoidance and you're addicted to comfort. So in order to grow and move forward in the way that you deep down know you want to, you have to learn to lean into discomfort. All growth comes through adversity, right? So you have to learn to be uncomfortable. Now, maybe as a child we were overly mollycoddled, right? Maybe it was just a bit too easy for us and therefore we didn't learn how to be in discomfort. Maybe our caregivers didn't know how to be in discomfort with us. So we never learn how to be in discomfort. If we never learn in those early informative years, in our blueprint years, then we're going to find it difficult in adulthood. So we're going to need to reparent ourselves in being with discomfort, right? When you stop and you connect with your body to listen, you will learn that there is discomfort there that needs your attention, that needs you to be with it. That's why we keep on topping up with whatever the drug or behaviour is, right? Because we're not connected to that feeling. Though we know that if we don't take that drug or do that behaviour, we'll feel that feeling, and we don't want to feel that feeling because we haven't learned how to be with ourselves in that feeling. So look, you're not addicted to the thing or the behaviour. You're addicted to avoiding your feelings. And in order to overcome your addiction, you need to learn to be with yourself in those uncomfortable feelings. For me, on that journey, at the very early stages of my journey, was the step into Alcoholics Anonymous for me, to overcome my alcohol addiction. And then a lot of counselling, psychotherapy and coaching over the years to help me learn to be with myself at a deeper level. And there are layers to this, right? You know, you can't expect to have an immediate freedom from all addiction. That's just unrealistic. But you can pinpoint the key addictions that are holding you back in life so that you can begin to tackle those, to get the help that you need. Because trust, you do need help. We all need help, right? To think that you can go it alone is just ridiculous. You can't. I spent years of my life trying to go it alone, and it got me nowhere. Banging my head against a brick wall, literally. Driving myself insane. I don't wish that for you, right? It doesn't need to be that hard. Know this, that the whole world is geared up to keep you addicted. So you're going to need a lot of integrity to your character to avoid falling into the trap that most of us do. And most of us do. It doesn't matter how evolved we are. We're geared up for addiction, right? Neurologically, physiologically, we are geared up for addiction. So it's going to take, as I say, your integrity and your commitment to yourself to overcome. But trust that you can with support. And that might look a little bit different for each and every one of us. Trust yourself to know what you need, and trust yourself to reach out and ask for what you need bit by bit. As you move along the freedom of addiction, maybe you want to start with something really achievable, right? Something that you know, you have a really strong feeling that, yeah, I can overcome this. I feel like I can overcome this. So maybe start with that so that you feel the win of overcoming that. When you feel the win, that's going to motivate you to move on to tackle the next addiction. When you start to unravel the layers of addiction in your life, you'll see how much you are addicted to. Oh, you know, our phone's number one, right? Yeah, put your hands up if it's a yeah, I'm addicted to my phone. Yeah, I own that too. I'm improving upon that with time now, with clear boundaries around when I do and don't use it. But it's still a growing lesson in learning to free oneself from the binds of addiction. The main thing I want to say to you as you begin to tackle this first choice, the first thing that you choose, is to go patiently with yourself, to go easy with yourself. You're in a learning stage. You're developing a greater understanding of why, of how, of what goes on when this behaviour comes in. Observe yourself when you're thinking about doing something, when you're thinking about going to the cupboard for that chocolate bar, or when you're reaching impulsively for your phone. Observe yourself. Be the key, observer, but be the key scientist. Yeah, the key scientist, the researcher of you. You are the key scientist and researcher of you. Yeah, enjoy it. This is a learning growth process. It needn't be painful. It's an opportunity for you to embrace the freedom of addiction. The addiction binds you to your ego and parts of who you don't really want to be, right? And how you don't want to show up. So, make the commitment in this day. What is the one thing that I believe I can begin to get some traction in overcoming from addiction? And that is a starting point. And that is something to be celebrated. I celebrate you in your commitment to continuing to grow with loads of love and light. It's Ewan.